Good morning to everybody, wherever you may be, mostly Nigerians. I want to say good morning to everybody. Like what I always say, and I will never give up on my country, Nigeria, because I have seen a lot of things that have happened, that are happening, in other countries. Particularly, if every time people say diaspora, yes, let's use diaspora because that are the most people, places that we look up to. And not only diaspora, even common Egypt. If I say common, Egypt not common. Egypt, Morocco, what they call it, Egypt, Morocco, all those African countries that are there, Tunisia and the rest of them. You see the way, how if you go to their country, you think that you are in diaspora. I went to Egypt, I was saying, whoa. I'm not saying they don't have anything, no. I'm not saying they don't have their own problem, no. They have problem. But it is not as much as the one of Nigeria. At least if country is developing, things will be lessened down. There are things that make citizens happy. There are things that make citizens, you think that these people, these diaspora people that you see, all these people that you see that they are making their country so beautiful, you think they don't know what they are doing. They invest into their country, invest so much, put money into the country. Every morning, citizens wake up like they see new things. They know what they are doing. They might not have the money. They might not have all the money, but they have to do something that will keep the mental health of the citizen down and not up, not add more. Not carry your own mental health and put on their own. After all, your own mental is your own. Your own is your own. If your own is Ade, let me not call somebody your name. Your own is Scholar, and the other own is Daylight. So what concerns Scholar and Daylight with you? You, Scholar, face your Scholar mentality now. It's you that Scholar alone will finish. Whatever thing that I call the other one, face it now. Scholar and this thing cannot mix together because it's different name. So it's different mentality. So how are you forcing me into your mentality? It's like forcing somebody into the mentality of something that somebody does not want to be. If you have a million, you are a disturbed state. You are not within your own family, you are one of the worst child, and you are a pretender, and you manage because some pretenders, some worst people, some pretender and worst people, they are also smart. They are also knowledgeable. If you don't know, there are people I don't know. Sometimes it's not that you cannot ask God that question. Some smart people that you see, they are very intelligent. They are smart. They are the devil himself. They are the Lucifer themselves, because Lucifer have themselves, just like they have people that see some celebrities. They want to copy the way they believe it. You say look alike. Yeah, they have many look alike of Lucifer, of this Satan in heaven. This Satan, you go on this Satan, this one that fell down, that is didn't fail that they push him. If they didn't push him from that heaven, he will not go. He's a very stubborn man. He's still upon that they pull him down. He's still finding a way to heaven. To tell you how stubborn he is, they have people like him that are they like that. Somebody see, like as Baghdadi is dead now. There's somebody now that is behaving like as well as dead now. That people that are reincarnated the same way. That I'm telling you now, Michael Jackson, people think Michael Jackson that there's one guy now that is really like Michael Jackson. Since I saw that guy, I say Michael Jackson is alive now. Michael Jackson is alive. I'm telling you, this guy wipe away the tears of the people that are crying. Anytime people see this guy, they say this is Michael Jackson. One-on-one, this is not. I'm telling Jackson family should go and carry that guy. They just tapolin the guy, tapolin and kidnap him. They are not kidnapping, no. Tapolin him, not tapolin. Just take him away to their house. Just say tapolin. I'm just saying the extent of this. But all I'm saying here in this extent is this: is when a country is not going well, there are things that are disturbing that country. There are things that are holding that country not to go well. There are things. And when a problem is not being solved in a country, particularly all this kind of insecurity problem, then there is something going on, because insecurity is one of the easiest things to solve in a country. It's just what are you saying? Was it not this thing that was happening in Benue before Delta State, before declare state of emergency? Did everybody not run into the house? Even the Fulani henchmen, even all those things that was there, everybody run because the military is out. They have allowed that their godfather have said, let them do work this time. I've told them to clear. You see, they have run. Yeah. Upon it's them though that own those Fulani henchmen. It's them. To tell you how powerful. This is security we are talking about. We are not even talking about the one of inflation of food. We are not even talking about scarcity or has high rate of house rent, that some people are homeless. We are not talking about so many things that are need to be done in that country. I use other country as a, do you know I don't talk more about other country? Because I know that Nigeria has the same potential like that country, but they are not. But some people are not aligned, the people that has the potential to sit on the seat. You that has the potential immediately. One thing again that kills me so lot is that you will see a person like, I use Tinubu as an example. Tinubu that is an activist of a country fighting for Nigeria, talking, nothing that he did not do, disturb politicians, nothing that Tinubu did not do. I know Tinubu, when Tinubu was acting, strong, that Tinubu, what did Tinubu not do? Now Tinubu is on that seat. It's not the most wicked, the most weakest, weakest president in the whole world. Weakest. I've never seen Jagaban. No, why did they give it Jagaban? Take that Jagaban. No one is called Jagaban. Jagaban is Jagaban. They call it Jagaban because you scatter. You scatter everything. Now you are not Jagaban again. Okay, let me form your name. You are not Jagaban. That Jagaban is gone. The Jan, you know that Jan is already off. Then that is a Jaga. The guy is still facing you. It's the guy that is facing you. Then banned. That's why they say Ja and banned has already banned you. So it's only guy we have with you. So you are President Ga. President Tinubu Ga. Leave the Ja and banned. It's not working again. It's only Ga. Ga means Otubala. Stand there and look like a meaningful. That's what you are. I will keep talking about you. If you don't, you must change this. You must put insecurity in that. That Nigeria must be better, whether you like it or not. Yeah. If you don't want to rule Nigeria, get out of that shit. All of you that are governors, sitting. And shame to you reporters. I'm coming for you. Shame to you reporters. Shame to you TV presenters in Nigeria. TV company in Nigeria. Shame to you. Get out. I'm coming to have my own TV company in Nigeria. Let me teach you how to make reports. All of you that are there, they close your mouth. They use money. When you people have a good report to report, expose Nigeria, expose a lot of things, expose a lot of things that will make Nigeria better. You people refuse to expose it. The one that you will expose, you not expose it. They will give you money, bribe you, put money and you put it in your pocket, and that's the end of it. The story camouflages. Do you know what they call grooming? Grooming. Do you know what they call grooming? Grooming of gangs. This Fulani henchmen that everybody, you people are talking, do you know how long? Do you know there was a time I went, do you know, so many times I used to go to Hausa land. There is something at this Hausa land, there's something that I used to see them do. That I asked one of the Hausa presidents, I say, why do you people start teaching these little children how to handle knife, gun, how to handle knife, how to use this thing? He says it's a tradition. Whose tradition? Is that not enough to do a national inquiry? That these people start grooming these people right from the time they were a child. They groom them groom them to be heartless. Groom them to be heartless. Now most of us are saying, why are these people always coming? Even they are not scared of police, they are not scared of army, they are not scared. Yeah, because they have been groomed since they were a child to be hardened. When a child is being groomed, this grooming of gangs, And Nigeria need to, and that's why I was pushing on it that they should end anything of gang. You see all these Boko Haram, all these things they call gang that are coming up in Nigeria, calling different kind of gang. I don't know the kind of thing they call them, whether they have ammunition or not. Every single gang to end. There is nothing. You can never see anything like gang. They don't have any single name in gang in diaspora. They don't point them way to open. Even court guys cannot even open up, talk something. If you see the way they hear one single court, the way they move, boom, they discover that there's court. And the way they move like this, they scatter all the court guys, pack all of them. Yeah, they don't waste time. If police cannot do the work, they leave them. This is the work of the military. Because these are people that are groomed. These people that they say, when I was watching them, I see how little, many of them are. That is why they are not scared. That is why they are heartless. They can kill little children. They can buy little children. They can buy anything because they have been groomed to kill. They have been groomed to buy. They have been groomed to be heartless. It is in Hausa land. Go to Hausa land, Abuja or Kaduna or all those countries, all those places. Go. This is what the president need to know about. The president need to, this is enough to call for national inquiry, queries on how all these gangs are being groomed in Nigeria. Why are they so heartless? Watch them, so young. I've seen so many of these Funani. I've seen so young, some of them, just like when you groom, it's just like when you go and train a child is being given to you, like when a child is being given to, like I remember, if you come to the Igbo people, see them, they will give a man a child to train for business. And they bring it little. When they are little, they train them for business. Before they grow, they know that business very well. That child, no matter what, anything you like do in this world, that is the only business he knows. Because he grew with the business. It's what he loves. He grew with it. So no matter if you like, go and put him in the company where they put plenty, where they give him millions of money, it's that same business that he knows, because he doesn't know that thing. That is what they focus these little people. They train them. I was saying it, there was a long time ago, I was saying about grooming, gang grooming in Nigeria. Gang grooming in Nigeria, I was saying gang grooming. And instead of our this thing, newscaster, this one, journalism, to go in most of them, they might know these things, They go into expose this thing, they refuse to expose it. Even if they expose it, they cannot even expose it, because even if they get it, they sell they go themselves to tell the government that this is what they got, so they can get settlement. They give them money and say, close the news, don't bring it out. You can't even imagine. See how diaspora do. Listen, many people that have changed the country today, shame on you. I want to say shame on you. Shame on you. People that have changed London today. You see London, so many things that made London change. UK, people are calling UK British writers, journalism. Yeah, they help to change the country. People are so scared that the government are so scared of the journalists, are so scared of the government, yes, are so scared of the journalists, they are so scared of the writers, they are so scared of the newspaper company, because they know how to expose it and they don't take pride. They expose it. You can't do anything. The government is scared of it. So it changed the country. So the journalists, the newscaster and this thing in Nigeria, I don't know your union you have, whether you don't have union you have, because if you have union, I would like to go into that your union and maybe speak to people. A journalism is on this thing. Journalism, newscaster in Nigeria, all those people that are writers at this thing are enough. They have the instrument to change a country. But this anyuku long truth, long truth, see long truth. That's our money. People see that. Oh, that our money, that Nigerian money, that people will see that you want to die inside. That it will kill you people in Jesus' name. That money will turn to human being and start fighting all of them. Nigeria, very soon, all of you, both President Tinubu, all of you, one of us. Nigerian money that people will turn to human being. That's what I'm praying to God. God, turn all those money to human being. Let them come on you and let them be human being against you people. They will come like a military. You just like you want to spend money, will just stand like a military, carry gun and say, leave me alone. Very soon. They will be chasing all of you. You'll be running. Since people will say it's Nigerian money that you people want to die inside. that people should take, go and see what journalism. People go, BBC, see the way they are moving. That's why Nigeria is supposed to have a very big, Nigeria is supposed to have a TV company that have gone wide. Thank God for BBC. Thank God for BBC. Thank God for BBC and this thing and the CNN and other international that are covering some news, but they are not allowing them to see those news in Nigeria. Those people, they are in Nigeria, and those ones, they have corrupted them. They have corrupted the Nigerian people. Those Nigerian people, those ones, they have corrupted them. They will not want them to see those kind of news. Look at what is happening in Benue. Have you seen BBC cover it? Look at what is happening in so many places. Have you seen BBC cover it? In Nigeria, have you seen people go there? Now there is grooming. There is a lot of grooming in Nigeria that these gangs are being groomed. They didn't grow. Listen, it's different when a normal person is being put into a group and that person can easily change and come out. But the one that is grouped into it from child is called child exploitation. And they do a lot of sex scandal in that place. They do a lot of things. Just look at what they have done. Look at what they are doing. These Fulani henchmen. Boko Haram, and as many of them that I don't know their name, they know themselves. Please call your name one by one. If you don't know your name, you can represent your name and send me your name. I can call your name. All of them, one after the other. Both that one they call in Delta State, in whatever they call them. All those names, it is time for you. It is time for you as president to make a law. If you know you are not part of all these things, if you are not part of it, then let the judiciary, let everybody, let the student make a name, make a law, renew the law, update Nigerian law. It's time to update Nigerian law. Update Nigerian law and put a law against grooming, terrorism, all this rubbish thing they are doing, put it a law. That's what they go when you put a strong law in the country and go by it, and you being the first person, go by it. The country don't have any choice but to obey that law. I think you see what Nigeria will tell. Nigeria tell you that is president, do you obey the law? No, everybody's above the law in Nigeria. It's people that has people, they are above the law in Nigeria. Like people that are saying that you are scared of ruling the country. Jagaban, they call you. Leave, you are not ja. I forget, leave the ja and the band. It's already band and ja. Ja and band. It's ga, you are an ga. Tirimbuga. President Tirimbuga. Do you not want to bring the ya and band again so I can be Jagaban? You don't want to bring it. I know you are not young like the way you were before. But at least you still got that thing in you. I want to let you know. Is there somebody holding you not to rule the country? Are you also having your own godfather? Because is there in your party, inside your house there, you know those people in your house, you know they always tell you what to do. I think they want to tell you. So please, if you are being told what to do, then you don't know what to do. Then you don't have to be our president of the country. There is no need. Every president that is being told what to do should not sit in the seat. Yeah, you should know what to do. You should go to your advisors. You get what to do. You should get your people. You should not be controlled. When this kind of thing happens, you should move at once and do something concerning it. And not only that, the root cause of this problem need to be ended. The camp where they are, they have camp. Those people, they have camp where they group these people. No, they have camp where they group them. They even give them children. They give them wife, give them children. These people are being grouped right from the time. They have pictures. Another one I want to inform you that they have women that used to, when they born these children in all those house land, all those places, they born these children. They give them children, they groom them to be terrorism. I don't know what these people are planning. I don't know what they are planning. I don't know what they are planning, because one day, if this thing does not stop, Fulani henchmen, you see this gang group, Fulani henchmen, those groups will arise and take over Nigeria. This is their is to take over Nigeria and run Nigeria. Fulani henchmen are not really Nigerians. I think you people know. Some of them are from Niger. Some of them are from across the channel of Nigeria, Chad and the rest of them. Let it not be that Chad has come in the form. They will come into bush, too many places. Nigeria, be careful, oh. Sit down there, you people they will come into the bush, different places, and they will enter Nigeria and learn the language. During the language, they started having children. Their children, they will tell their children that they are not Nigerians, so they will tell their children they are not Nigerians, that they are Niger, they are Chad. They come to take over the country because their own country no go to take over the country. How many times have they taken over our country? Babangida. This thing, they were Niger. They were Niger, they bombed them. They took over our country. If not, God has saved us. They are coming back again. And this time, if they sit, I don't think they will give up Nigeria again. Momo people. Stay there, you people stay there, sit down there. Be romancing them like their sweetheart. Be romancing them. Don't come in. Why is for this? Sit down there. You people don't go and force the military. Don't go and carry gun. Don't go and carry gun. Pull all of them like they follow them, like they go to their camps, destroy. That is what the military are supposed to do. Military is supposed to come, and these are terrorism groups that are going to come, and most of them are really well trained militaries. What are you telling me? They train them like military, and most of them is militaries are training them. Military, retired militaries. Training them, they can giving them, exposing them to how to use this, and you're telling me that we should keep quiet. Where are they getting ammunition from? Where are they getting arms from? Where are they getting this thing? Little, but this thing I'm telling you has happened in Somalia, has happened in so many countries. Go and watch where they groom all these things. They groom gangs right from little, and anybody that is groomed from little is very dangerous. A word is enough for a wise. I don't talk. As for me, I will tell you the truth. Shame to the Republic, not Republic of Nigeria. Shame to the President of Nigeria. Shame to the media in Nigeria. Shame to the journalism, and as many of them that cannot expose things in Nigeria. Shame to all of you governors. Shame. I will keep saying shame to you to allow insecurity to happen in Nigeria, to allow this kind of thing. Shame to you to go not to the military, and as many of you, both the chief of naval, as many of you, both commissioner of police, as many of you that sit down and allow this grooming to take place, and will not go and scatter. Because I know that Nigerian military has power. I've checked the rate of Nigerian military in the world. Nigerian military are well good ground fighters. They are good. But I do not know what is happening now. These are times that we need them. This is time that they need them. They need to go into the bush. They need to go into everywhere, every part of the area, all the places that this Fulani has, every gang, they need to come out and scatter all the gang in Nigeria. Yeah, even as they did, they scatter all the gangs, scatter, make them, as soon as military come out, they scatter, you see all of them will run away. That peace will come back to the country. That's how you should do. Since you don't know what to do, I've told you what to do. Do it and make us happy. If not, I will not stop. I will not stop talking against you people. I will not stop until I see that peace. That's why I'll stop. I'll hands up. But for now, as for me, I did not see anything people have done. The country is still sharpened. Anyway, let's watch and see how good country are sorting grooming in their country. They used to notice it, writers notice it, bring it out, they sort it. It's a shame to their country. They begin to find a way of sorting it. They begin to stop it to make sure it is in whole again. Yeah, this is what the lawmakers are making. Watch.
Hello, good evening. The grooming gang scandal is something that has cast shame on this country. Some of the most vulnerable girls raped, abused, beaten, and then let down again by the institutions that they should have been able to trust. Ignored, dismissed, or worst of all, treated like they were the ones who had something to be ashamed of, as if they were the criminals rather than the victims. And those girls have also been let down by the Westminster debate around this that frankly has been more interested in political point scoring than the sexual abuse of working class girls. But today, however, something changed with the astonishingly brave report by Baroness Louise Casey, a woman who is truly a force of nature. This abuse scandal has been riven with difficulty because the crimes were predominantly carried out against white girls by British Pakistani men. And that is something that the Casey report tackles head on. It found that in cases of child sexual exploitation, the ethnicity of perpetrators is shied away from and is still not recorded for 2/3 of perpetrators, which obviously means it's hard to gain a full picture of what's going on. She then goes on to say there is enough evidence available in local police data in 3 police force areas that we examined, which showed disproportionate numbers of men from Asian ethnic backgrounds among suspects for group-based child sexual exploitation, as well as the significant number of perpetrators of Asian ethnicity identified in local reviews and high-profile child sexual exploitation prosecutions to at least warrant further examination. Now, nowhere and at no point has that been said so clearly before. And she also goes further. The system claims there is an overwhelming problem with white perpetrators when that cannot be proved. The system. She doesn't say what the system is, but I think we all know what she means. And I have to say, it is refreshing to read a report from someone who cares so little for the opinion of the system. Louise Casey says she conducted her audit with the victims front and centre of her mind, and it showed. Well, I have to say, I am joined now by the author of the report, Baroness Casey. Thank you so much for being with us, and congratulations on your report today. Your emotional response to what happened to these girls comes across very strongly in the report. You know, at one point you decided to write a personal note to the victims and survivors to say that you believe what they said to you. Mm-hmm. You seem quite angry.
I am angry. I'm angry on behalf of the victims. I'm angry on behalf of the victims that we don't know about yet, that might be watching this programme right now and will have been abused or indeed raped at the age of 13 or 14, where they will have been told by their perpetrators, it's on you. You have now consented to sex. There's a true story. I was in Rotherham. I did the inspection into Rotherham a decade ago, as I think you know. And I interviewed or listened to actually a testimony of one of the survivors. And on her 13th birthday, they waited until her 13th birthday and then they multiply raped her. And I think one rape is traumatic enough. Nobody should ever have to experience it. But the thing about these sorts of crimes is they are rare in number. They are rare in number, but the sort of impact that they have, I think, on society more generally and on the victims is horrendous.
So they waited till she was 13 because they would not be prosecuted for rape. Is that why?
It makes it much harder to prosecute for rape. So I think that's one of the things which they've, the government's accepted today, and Shabana Mahmood has absolutely, since they received the report, which, let's face it, I gave the report to them, I think it'll be 2 weeks this Friday, it's 10 days, they will change the rape laws so that they're tightened up, because I think we have to be really clear in society, I think, as a society, as a community, that children are children. And I don't see the difference between, a 4-year-old and a 14-year-old. If somebody is doing to them, conscious of the time that we're talking, if they're doing to them what I talk about in my report, it's rape. It's rape, and we need to call it for what it is.
The part of your report that stood out to me, one of the parts of the report, was when you said we retain an ambivalent attitude to adolescent girls, both in society and in the culture of many organisations. It feels like that's what you're talking about, right?
So I think when kids are younger, we have eyes on small children, when people get pregnant, they go to the doctors, God willing, they have children in hospital, we have health visitors, we do checks when they're in small school, they're in one class and they have one teacher. Pastoral care is much, much easier for the state to keep an eye on what's happening with children. When they get to secondary school, obviously, we want them to grow up and experience independence. That's fine. But the kids I'm talking about, or the children and now young people I'm talking about, they haven't always come from the easiest of starts. They're sometimes not in as much school as you would want them to be. They might be in care. They might have been in and out of care. And that's where the state, the safety net, I think, is failing these children. And we don't see them as children. We see them as adults, wayward teenagers, people making wrong choices. And that's why I think the law around rape has to be much clearer. Children are children, and we should prosecute people that do the sorts of things we're talking about right now as rape.
You have come, I think it's fair to say, on a bit of a journey when it comes to whether there should be a national inquiry into this. Can I ask, why did you change your mind? What have you heard or learnt in the last few months that means you now think there needs to be one?
So look, I didn't make some big pronouncement about whether there should or shouldn't be at the beginning of all of this. I thought it was right in amongst all of the sort of noise and haste, to put it mildly, in January, of all of the publicity and the accusations and, worldwide media. I thought it was right that somebody said, we just need to get a grip of this. And at the time, I thought to myself, the last thing we need is another big national inquiry. It's like, if there are people out there committing these crimes, let's spend the money that we've got on going after them.
Yeah.
If there's a safety net that needs improving for kids in care, let's spend the money. I didn't want to see taxpayers' money. So it wasn't a political thing for me. It's just like, I don't really see the necessity of this. Alexis J did a really, really good inquiry into sort of institutional failings. The thing is, the more I got into it and the more I looked at the data, and, for example, sad to say, but when they said, we'll put some money into 5 areas coming forward that will do their own local reviews, only Oldham said, yep, we'll do that. There wasn't exactly a battering down of the door to do it. Then you look at some of the sort of serious case reviews, they rarely talk about the perpetrators. They certainly don't talk about the ethnicity of the perpetrators.
On that,
and so I felt more and more frustrated, and I thought, well, sod this, frankly. Sorry to use that language.
That's
but
okay, don't worry.
Sorry.
I'm not going to apologise for it, that's fair.
These are victims. These are victims, and we need to do right by them. And if that takes a statutory inquiry, I'm going to go and get one for these girls, basically. So that's where I was. And I realised it's turned into a bit of a story. That genuinely wasn't my intention.
Yeah. You mentioned there the serious case reviews, and in the report you say more often than not the official reports don't discuss the perpetrators, let alone their ethnicity or any cultural drivers. There is a palpable discomfort in any discussion of ethnicity in most of them, and it feels like this is something that runs through the report. You're going there when other people have shied away. At one point you say, the system claims there is an overwhelming problem with white perpetrators when that can't be proved. What do you mean by that? Who is the system?
Well, yeah, good question. I mean, it's hard to sort of say it, and perhaps I'm also part of that system. But if you look at data collected by police, if you look at data collected by local authorities, if you look at the Home Office that attempted in 2020, they said, we're going to do a big review. They did a big review. They said, we have to collect this data better. They then don't collect that data better. I looked at the latest data. To be fair to the last government, they had a slightly better go at it. It's a third. So you only collect ethnicity in a third of the cases, and of that third, 80% are white. That doesn't tell me the perpetrators of child sexual exploitation are white. It tells me you don't know. And I really object to that because I think it isn't fair on the victims, and it also isn't fair on Asian and Pakistani communities who are, almost tarnished by that when actually the national data doesn't take you there.
And I know that the data is not there, but in the evidence that you have reviewed, that you've seen, do you think there is a particular issue here with some British Asian men?
Well, yes, because it's abundantly clear from the West Yorkshire police data, from the Greater Manchester police data. If you look then at South Yorkshire police data, you do have in child sexual exploitation a disproportionality. Just to give some sort of balance to this, though, in Greater Manchester, I asked for data on child sexual exploitation. That took me to Asian heritage. I asked for data on child abuse, and that took me to the general population, which is largely white. So, if we just establish the facts, then you can take the pain out of this. And I think you've got sort of do-gooders that don't really want this to be found because, oh God, then all the racists are going to be more racist. Well, actually, people that are racist are going to use this anyway. All you're doing with the hate mongers and the racists is giving them more and more ammunition, whether you find it or don't find it. You have to grasp the nettle, work out what's going on, and do something about it.
Follow the facts and the evidence effectively.
Follow the facts, and if anything is ever difficult, have a really good look at it.
Do you think that there has been a tendency for people who've been worried about the story to have been labelled as racist?
Yes, I mean, I found it in Rotherham. It was one of those moments in life where I was following through on a children's file, an archive, and found the word Pakistani Tipexed out. And I thought, whoever did that inadvertently was giving ammunition to the English Defence League that were every week in and out campaigning and doing their stuff in that town. I think the problem is that people are worried about being called racist. In a way, they just give more ammunition to... If good people don't grasp difficult things, bad people will. And that's why we have to do it as a society.
Thank you very much indeed, Baroness.